Sabbath truth. The last test of loyalty. Before the mark of the beast. The final battle is not about atheism. It's not about politics. It's not even about the beast's image. It's about worship. And at the heart of worship is one question. Which day will you choose? God's Sabbath or man's substitute? The Sabbath isn't just a day. It's a seal of loyalty. And in the last days, it will separate the saved from the marked. The end begins with a choice. In Revelation 14:9-10, a chilling warning is given. If any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. Most Christians read this with horror, yet never ask the real question, what is the issue that triggers this mark? It's not a vaccine, it's not a chip, it's about worship. Revelation 14:7 says, "Worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea." That's a direct quote from the Fourth Commandment, the Sabbath commandment, Exodus 20:11. So the final conflict is this. Will you worship the Creator on the day he sanctified, or bow to the beast through a day it exalted? The Sabbath, God's sign of ownership. Moreover also, I gave them my Sabbaths to be a sign between me and them, that they might know that I am the Lord that sanctify them. Ezekiel 20:12. The Sabbath is not Jewish. It's not optional. It's God's sign, his seal of authority. Revelation 7 speaks of a seal of God placed on the foreheads of his people. And what does a seal contain? Name, title, and dominion. Exactly what's found in the Fourth Commandment. The Lord, name, made, title, creator, heaven and earth, dominion. No other commandment has that. No other day holds that authority. The counterfeit, the mark of the beast. If the Sabbath is God's sign, then Sunday, the first day of the week, never sanctified by God, becomes the mark of the beast when enforced by law. Of course, the Catholic Church claims that the change from Sabbath to Sunday was her act, and the act is a mark of her ecclesiastical power. The Catholic Record, September 1, 1923. When churches unite with the state to enforce Sunday worship, that's not unity. It's rebellion against God's law. And when you know the truth and still bow to the lie, you receive the mark. Challenge to skeptics, pastors, priests, and imams. You preach love and faith, but ignore the command God said to remember. You quote Paul, but forget Jesus said, "If you love me, keep my commandments." John 14:15. So, here's the challenge. Show one verse where God changed the Sabbath. One verse where Sunday is called holy. One verse where the apostles commanded a new day of worship. You won't find it. What you will find is prophecy warning that the world will be forced to choose between the commandments of God and the traditions of men. The final test. This isn't just a debate about days. It's the final test of loyalty. In the book of Daniel, worship was tested by an image and a decree. In Revelation, worship is tested again by a beast and a law. God doesn't test us with what we don't know, but when truth is revealed, your response becomes your destiny. Conclusion. The Sabbath isn't a side issue. It's the seal of God, and rejecting it for tradition will soon mean accepting the mark of the beast. When the decree goes out, when the pressure rises, when worship is legislated, will you stand on the word of God or bow to the system of Babylon? Final question. When the final test comes, whose mark will you bear? God's seal or the beast's counterfeit?